say anything before? Well, I guess we kick it off. This is the energy of mic on and you go. So, welcome everyone. I think we've had a lot of people, engaging with you before the call started. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Silvia Puentes. Yes, I speak Spanish, in case you didn't notice that accent. And I have been a Right Voice for You facilitator, I would say maybe 8 or 9 years. It was actually the very first specialty class that I chose that I didn't know I was going to choose. Now, what do I mean by that? I don't know about you guys, but I would hear about Right Voices like, yeah, someday maybe, but it's one of those things about speaking, being on stage that most people run the other way. And with the way we're living in today's time, different than maybe 8, 9 years ago, we're all online a lot more, showing up on camera, videos, on the phone with people, looking to engage in different ways to grow our businesses and maybe even go dating if you have dating apps. I mean, all sorts of ways. And so this specialty has evolved throughout the years that I've been a part of it. We have now Chris Hughes, who leads the specialty, and he's been such a gift. And we had a recent training in May in Prague and two Right Voice for You classes that I facilitated since then. And I'm just so excited to get this energy out. And all of you are contributing. An energy and a request that I get is being asked for in the world. So with these amazing hosts that have invited me to come out to Canada, you've probably met them, but Cassie being one of them, Jacqueline here, and Kiran, and we have Chayo who's here as well. She instigated and kicked it off to open up again. And we looked at, well, what can we contribute to people asking to get to know the specialty? What can we be for you? Whether you choose this class or not, I get it. It might not be for you now. It might not be something you choose. And then it may, and you might not even know why. I chose to go to my very first Right Voice for You class to translate, not to attend. And what I received from that class, I never imagined possible. What I received from the class was a space of vulnerability that I didn't know had anything to do with your voice. Um, I was called up stage and there was an exercise done. And as I allowed myself to open up and be present with everyone in the audience, something occurred that I didn't have words for it then. But someone, when I got down from the stage after the exercise, she goes, Sylvia, I've known you for years, but it seems like I've just gotten to really know you. And I thought, wow, like what is it? I started to get really curious. It's like that separation, those masks and all those things we do to hide, and we think it's so people won't see us, but we're actually not allowing ourselves to receive from anyone as well. So this topic for this free Zoom for all of you is unleashing your voice, or voice unleash. So part of it sounds like it's the literal sound of my voice. But what if it's so much more than that? So everything you've defined your voice to be, yeah, well, you destroy and uncreate it all. And what do I mean by destroy and uncreate it? If you know the Access Consciousness tools, this is an invitation for you to let go of everything that really isn't true for you, that you've just attached along the way thinking it is. So energetically, you get to go to that root of the point of creation, and the point it started to destroy anything you thought was true about you, that started to limit what your possibilities and your choices could be. So, this space of being willing to use the Access Consciousness clearing statement, which we can also put it in the chat if you don't know much about it, you can get more information. But basically, in short speak, we're using this magic wand to energetically unblock what might be there. So, if you could just set your mind aside and let yourself receive this space and this energy, I wonder what we can clear, what you can open up beyond what you've defined, beyond the expectations, the judgments, the separations, all of that, to allow your voice, your unique voice, and the energy of you to invite and create what you would like to create in the world. So, everything you've decided your voice means, sounds like, looks like, will you destroy and uncreate all that? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 100 short boys, poets, creation spaces, and beyonds. I have a sweet friend who's on here. I won't out her out unless she would like to be outed, but she just made a big choice in her life. And she is now choosing something beyond what she was brilliant at. And I think many of us were grateful for her and her skills and her everything she contributed, but she's choosing something beyond that. And her vulnerability to choose that, have that, is also a way to express your voice. It's a way to create your life from the space of what you would like to have. So that's why it's like everything we've decided your voice to be, especially in today's time, it's like, how many of you think it's jumping on a Zoom, it's making a video? It can include that, but what else is the expression of your voice? Is it the way you dance? Is it the way you walk? Is it the way you dress? Like, what if the expression of your voice can show up in so many ways? So, where are you limiting your voice by the definitions you have of your voice? Yeah. And everything that is and everything that brings up, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD, POC, all 100 shorts, boys, povats, creation spaces, and beyonds. Now, I'm not sure what you're experiencing now, and let me know in the chat. But one of the things I didn't always know was happening that I can now perceive is that as I speak, yes, there's my words, but I'm actually engaging with your bodies. Didn't always know that. So if you have a sense that there's a different space within your body, yeah, that is part of the willingness to have your voice be received, you be received, and also receiving others. It's this engagement and this flow that we get to create. It might be on a phone conversation, it might be in person, it might be as you just walk by someone and smile at someone, it might be just standing next to each other and not even looking at the person. So, everywhere you're limiting your voice to the sound that comes out of your mouth rather than the engagement of your whole entire being of what that can be. Yes. And if it doesn't make sense, it's all right. Everything that is and everything that brings up, will you all destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD, POC, all 100 shorts, boys, povats, creation spaces, and beyonds. So interesting. One of the things that I play with often is that I say that I'm a big flirt, that I like to flirt. And people that know me, that kind of is the energy that they perceive. But the energy that's actually showing up is me engaging with you and your body. It's where you don't have those walls of separation. So, how many walls of separation are you using to eliminate the engagement you can be with your presence, your voice? Yes. And everything that is. Yeah. Yeah. And everything we thought we needed to choose that to protect ourselves. Yeah. All those lies that keep us from being and having our voice, however we choose to express it, we destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 100 shorts, boys, povats, creation spaces, and beyonds. I wondered what this call would be like. I was chatting or messaging back and forth with Cassie. I was like, wow, okay. Because the other thing is that all of you have these incredible capacities, and perhaps no one has ever acknowledged it. You haven't acknowledged it. And so you walk around thinking you're wrong, bad, awful, and not asking, what's the gift? What's the gift of me? What's the gift of my body? What's the gift of my voice? What's the gift of my presence? What's the gift of me choosing to be here on this planet at this moment, at this time? You might add that to your repertoire of questions you might ask. What is the gift of me? What is the gift of my voice? And I found myself in that place and still catch myself often. But many, many years ago, I had a friend who was being very vocal about her stand on a political issue, and she had gone and traveled when they were drilling pipelines and really standing for something. And I just remember going, "Wow, she's so courageous." And she looked at me and said, "Sylvia, what could you be voicing? She goes, because people are listening to you. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Because I was hiding from me. So where are you hiding from you? And where are you hiding from the world by saying that no one's listening? Yeah. So everything that is and everything that brings up. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 100 shorts, boys, poets, creations, spaces, and beyond. So, unleashing your voice, what would you have to claim? What would you have to acknowledge? What would you have to receive? What would you have to be willing to gift? And anything that doesn't allow you to be, know, perceive, and receive what that is for you doesn't have to look like anyone else. Right and wrong, good and bad, pan, pack, all 100 shorts, boys, poets, creation, spaces, and beyonds. What is it for you? So, one of the things that I really enjoy, Right Voice for You, is that it also ties in big parts to being you. If you guys don't know, there's another specialty within Access that's called Being You, Changing the World. And that gift of you being you really is that big part of your voice. So, where are you refusing to be you? And guess what? If you're judging you, you can't be you. So, everywhere you're judging the you that you think you're not and should be, and everything else there gets intertwined there, will you destroy and uncreate all that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 100 shorts, boys, poets, creations, spaces, and beyond. So let me ask you all a question, and I'm going to open just so I can view the chat because it hasn't been open for me. And type in there if you'd like. So when you speak, where do you speak from? It's interesting when and as you answer, I'm going to say a little more, but when you speak, where do you speak from? Someone says the heart. You know, when I facilitate that and we're physically next to each other, and that's the gift of Right Voice for You, the 3-day class, is that it is in person. There's something about the gift of being in person that we get to explore many other energies. Yeah, someone says from the chest, from my mouth. Someone said from my head or someone else's head. Yes. I love that one, Kristen T. Yes. We're so psychic. How many of you find yourself saying things and you're like, wait, that wasn't mine? Yeah, it's Tourette's. There's a syndrome where you just start to say things and you don't even know who's actually speaking. Um, uh, yes. Great. No entiendo, jaja, la voz, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, you need Spanish. Are we adding the Spanish? Should we
So,
explain that?
si requieren la traducción en español, en la parte de abajo hay un icono que es como un mundo. Entonces le dan clic ahí y eligen español y ahí empiezan a escuchar la linda voz de Adri. Está en la parte, en la barra de herramientas de Zoom, en la parte de abajo. Si
So
no,
there's a little circle with a few dots in the middle and it says more. And if you click on there, you'll see a list of different choices. And there's a globe that says interpretation. That's how I see it. Michelle, I don't know if you want to say that. Entonces, para los que están buscando traducción en español, hay una manera de tomarla desde aquí, no hay otro Zoom. Si van allá abajo donde dice más, more, ahí le hacen clic y sale una lista larga donde está la parte de interpretación, un globito como mundo, y allí le haces clic y te da permiso para entrar a la parte de español. Great. So you guys all got to hear my bilingual skills. Do you know that I used to resist speaking Spanish? Let me tell you a story. Speaking of voices. So when I first started Access Consciousness and became a facilitator, I did not facilitate any Spanish classes because I had a judgment about my Spanish. And now I play with it. Now, if you're in one of my classes, I always say, I don't speak English very well and I don't speak Spanish very well. And then an old friend said to me, goes, yeah, it's a whole nother language, Silvillon. So now I play with it and I don't judge it. And I know that it's not perfect and I don't let it stop me. So, how many of you are stopping yourselves for the perfection you think you need to sound like, be like, do like, instead of having fun with all the imperfections that you can bring to the world the way you bring them? So, everything that is and everything that brings up, will you just try and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good and bad, panpak, all 100 shorts, boys, poets, creations, bases, and beyonds. So back to that question, when you speak, where do you speak from? And I love people gave different body parts. And even someone said from their hands. It's so interesting because I can notice that. I can notice when my own body speaks from my throat. There's this push that I sense. And right now, just notice where is your attention on your body go to right now, even if you're not speaking out loud. And now I'm going to invite you to bring it down. Are you willing now to perceive the space of your voice from your solar plex? So right in by the belly button, say. Okay. It's like, hello. A little too many tacos here, but hello. Okay. Now drop down and now perceive the space of your ankles. For many of us, you're like, ankles. Oh, that's right. I have ankles. Okay, now from there. Yes. Would like someone like to raise their hand to play a little exercise like this? Does everyone who would be the violent, valiente in Spanish? Who would be the courageous person? Yay! I knew it. I so knew it, Kristen. I was waiting for that hand. Open your mic, lady. Hello.
Hey.
Oh, it's so wonderful to see you.
Yeah, you too. I'm always a
Oh,
willing victim when it comes to consciousness.
I well, what if we could call it a courageous warrior instead?
Courageous warrior. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
no, no, really,
Yeah.
like, really this space of the courage to say yes.
Hmm.
So thank you. And I love the new haircut.
Thank
Like,
you.
you're welcome. Okay, so let's play with this. And all of you kind of be aware of your body and see what shows up for you. So in this exercise, when I asked when you speak, where does your voice come from? What did you get?
Oh, I totally was like, it just comes from my mouth.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
not my body at all. I was like, no, there's no other body parts. I just open my mouth and it comes out.
And I would say that many people end up, yeah, it's my head talking and that's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So now bring it down to your solar plex
Okay.
and say your name.
Kirsten Bonanza. Ugh. It feels
Okay.
so weird.
Okay, cool. It feels so weird. So many of us beginning to acknowledge just different spaces as we speak may feel weird, especially if you're used to speaking from your head.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so now go down to your ankles.
Okay.
Yeah, and now say your name from your ankles. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Kirsten Bonanza. It tickles like the whole body. Oh, okay, I can do that.
Okay, that space. Did you notice that
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
So is your body more relaxed?
Totally more relaxed. Like I said, it felt like this wave of energy just like tickled up through my being.
Yes, that.
Yeah, I'd always
And
wondered because it's like sometimes my voice will get like really high pitched, and I'm like, whose is that? Right?
so the gift of this, and many of you, if you guys do videos or on another Zoom, play with it. The thing is, it's to explore this space of, oh, wow. Like I'll catch myself, as I feel that push. It's like, oh, okay. And I could still be continuing speaking. And I drop down lower and I allow my whole body to contribute. And then I go lower and I have my whole body. And then there'll be that space. Because guess what? When you're relaxed and open, people can come in. And there is a sense that people feel heard, seen as you speak.
Yeah, there was also this like this brief instant of, oh, that's me. Like, oh, I'm not sure if I've met that part of me. And I'm like, you're Kirsten Bonanza. That's so cool. Tell me more. I'm like, you're talking to yourself right now.
Yeah. But and how much is that also that interaction and engagement with your body?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how many of you, Kristen, are you excluding the gift of your body as you speak?
Totally. Was.
Yeah. Thank you. And
Mhm.
everywhere you've been using your head and your words to communicate rather than all your being and body to be received and to receive. And everything that is, and everything the brain, the mind is not computing, we destroy and uncreate it all.
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all 100 shorts, boys, poets, creation spaces, and beyonds. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And your body just might get a little more turned on, which I don't think is a bad thing, but enjoy. Thank you, Kristen. And I love it. Ana Hernandez says, she goes, oh, down from the ankles is so much more fun. Yes, there is this gift where you get to play way more as you receive more of your body. And it's interesting because oftentimes people, this part about including our bodies, I was surprised by the gift of my body when I was negotiating on the phone um, with a contract to do with tech for a class. And the price was 4 times more than I thought it was going to be. And I needed to make sure that changed. And when I finally got on the phone with the representative, I mentioned that, it was way over our budget. I looked like I'd made a mistake. And he's all, no problem. Let me see what I could do. And all of a sudden, I could feel my body opening up to what I would have decided if I was in person that my body was flirting, like I was flirting, right? But I'm on the phone. So it doesn't make sense. But I felt my body start to pulsate and just be a different space. And I'm all, okay. And then the next whispered was, shut up. So you think your voice is only with your words, but sometimes your voice can also be in your silence. So that was one of the very first times I listened to my body. I shut up with trying to force with what I wanted the outcome to be. And I just let my body contribute. And I asked a couple other things as he got in his computer, reduce the price, and talking about some other things. So the first proposal was like 29,000, almost 30,000. And when he gave me the last price, which I would have been just astonished if it would have been 12,000, it came down all the way to about 6,000 without saying anything to make that happen. So this is what I mean. It's the willingness to destroy and uncreate what we think our voice is, the definition of how we can have our voice in the world and really allow so much more to play. And the body's a big part of that. So everything that is, and as weird as it sounds, I probably wouldn't have believed it either, but I lived it, so I can share it that way. So everything that is, yeah. So what gift is our body to our voice that we haven't allowed ourselves to acknowledge and release, unleash that gift and allow it to contribute to you having your voice in the world by allowing your being and your body and so much more. Everything that is, everything that brings up. So you're just trying to create it. Yeah. If you're starting to feel a little naked, it's okay. If things are kind of falling off, it's okay. That's part of the gift of right voice for you. Lucia says, feels more present. Yeah. So right and wrong, good and bad, pan pac, all 100 shorts, boys, poets, creation spaces, and beyonds. And Elizabeth, yeah, she goes, I'm feeling my body a little cold. Yes. So that's the other gift. Once you start to open up, there's more of this space to receive and gift. In Access, we call it the space of vortex. So enjoy it. Maybe grab a blanket. Now, What else can I contribute? We have someone's hands. Usario de Zoom. Would you like to ask a question or allow us to know who you are? Did you have a question? There you are.
Hola Silvia.
Hola.
En realidad había alzado la mano para lo del ejercicio y olvidé bajarla. Sin embargo, bueno, ¿qué más es posible?
So let me just translate. Deja traducirte. So she just said she had put up her hand for the exercise, and now she's like, okay, well, what else is possible? Ahora quieres hacer una pregunta, o ya que te tenemos aquí, would you like to ask a question now?
Sí,
Okay.
¿cómo puedo tener mucha más facilidad a la hora de cantar, divertirme más? ¿Cómo puedo disfrutar más, divertirme? ¿Cómo puede ser
Hold
para
on.
mí
One
más
second.
amable? Ajá.
Dame un momento.
Ujú.
Adriana, do you want to go for it, or do you want to transfer over, or do you want me to? I'm happy to, since I can. So, I can help you.
Yes,
basically-
I hear you in English.
Hear you too.
Nati,
I can,
yo te escucho,
I can hear you.
So can I.
Okay, so what she said was that she's having a lot more fun. How can she have a lot more fun singing and having her voice? So, cantas.
Sí.
¿Nos cantas algo?
Ok. Aire.
Oh, what? Un minuto, perdón. Is Spanish out? Adriana, did you switch something? It looks like they can't hear you in Spanish now.
Sylvia, when
Yes.
Adriana is translating into English, when you and the other person are speaking in Spanish. So she's doing both.
Ah, do
Yeah.
you guys hear Adriana speak English?
Yes.
I
can.
don't.
Yeah, so you
Oh.
can't hear her, but I can hear her.
Everybody else can?
Yeah. And then
That's
Spanish can't hear her
amazing.
because you guys are speaking Spanish already.
That's amazing. So I need to shut up and give her space to translate. Okay. So how do I know when she's done translating?
You just keep speaking.
It's
Okay, I just-
simultaneous.
It's simultaneous.
Simultaneous. Yeah.
It's going on at the same time. Wow. So I don't know if everyone knows, but it's the first time we're using this setup. So great. Thank you, Adri. And
Sylvia, are you under original audio or English?
wow, I don't know.
So you have to go to the El Mundo, to the world, and there
Uh-huh.
you click on English. So if you want to hear
Oh,
Adri-
now I'm in English. Okay, awesome. So now I think I can hear her. Yes, I didn't know that. Great. Okay, so now we're going to do a little exercise. So, vamos, les quieres decir a todos cómo te llamas?
Stephanie.
So Stephanie is now going to sing a little. She said she'd like to have a lot more fun. So now, dale.
Sí. Ok. Aire en esta linda tarde de verano. Tu
Okay, stop.
recuerdo.
Para. Okay. So how much fun were you having there? What percentage? Were you having any fun? No.
Cinco.
Were,
Oh.
were you making it significant?
Well. Sí.
Okay. So everywhere and this is singing, but notice where else you all make your voice significant. Okay, so everywhere you're making it significant or important will limit the amount of fun you can have. So will you destroy and uncreate all of that?
Sí.
Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 100 shorts, boys, povats, creations, spaces, and beyonds. Okay, and then second question, where were you singing from?
De la garganta. Y de la tristeza. Oh. Ah.
And it's possible that the song requires that energy, you know, to pull in people to the sadness. But where can you allow yourself to use all the space of you and your body to pull people to listen, to hear, receive that song? Okay, so everything that is and everything that brings up for you and everyone else, right and wrong, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, POD and POC, all 100 shorts, boys, povats, creations, bases, and beyonds. So let's try that same exercise we did with Kristen. And so now go straight to your ankles and allow your voice to run through your entire body. Yeah, even allow the earth, pull through the earth to come all through your body and sing from there, from those tips of your toes. Yeah. And now sing again.
Aire en esta linda tarde de verano. Tu recuerdo es una foto gris que las olas van difuminando. Ay.
Okay.
Wow.
Did
Wow.
you have a little more fun?
Sí, total. Ligera. Ah.
Yes. So, how much of a gift is your body that invites way more fun that we all refuse to receive, use, and have? I mean, yeah. So, this is just one glimpse of what can contribute to your voice, to unleashing your voice, is allowing you to receive from your body. Now, let me ask you this. How many people were you willing to hear that song? What number comes up?
Al universo.
So cool. So
Wow.
yeah. So now,
Wow.
are you willing to sing it one more time? And now, as you sing, drop your barriers and reach out to the entire universe to hear that. And pull, 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 pull. Yep. And now sing again.
Aire en esta linda tarde de verano. Tu recuerdo es una foto gris que las olas van difuminando. Ah. Wow.
How many of you felt that in your body? Yeah. So someone said, made my entire body tingle. Yes. So the gift of the willingness to acknowledge, and even notice if you guys go to the mic, if you open up on a Zoom, if you're in a class, how many people are you truly willing to hear your voice? And it doesn't necessarily mean louder, but there is an engagement with the willingness to be heard with every molecule that you're willing to engage with. Yes. And I know we're all miles and miles away, but that doesn't make a difference. It's not even about going through Zoom. It's about reaching out. Cool.
Wow.
Now, how much more fun could we have as you reach out to the entire universe, as you speak, as you make a video? And it could be a recorded video. It doesn't matter. You can reach out and have way more fun. So you always can destroy and uncreate everywhere you're making something important, significant. Yeah. Talk and pod that, use the clearing statement, and then allow yourself to drop in more into your body, expand and reach, and allow yourself to receive as well. And if your body tingles, that's just a side effect. So enjoy. Gracias, Stephanie. Thank you so much. I told them, so I think we have time maybe for one more. And okay, 2 hands are up. We'll take both. So Anna, what's your question?
Hello, thank you,
Hola.
Sylvia, and
You're
everyone
welcome.
here. Wow, the last exercise was really amazing. I could feel my body, yeah, goosebumps and vibrating when she was singing, and the change was really noticeable.
Yes.
Yeah, so my question is, how could I be more in contact with me, with myself? Like, how could I, yeah, be more me? Because sometimes I feel like I'm not being me, like the things I used to know I liked, and the things that used to turn me on and made me happy, feel lost or turned off right now. So I'm a little confused with it, with either I changed and I'm not longer connected to feel happy about all those things I used to, or it is that I am disconnected from myself.
So as you say that, which one is lighter for you?
I feel disconnected from myself.
Okay.
So how could I connect to myself again?
Okay. So let me ask you this. So truth, are you more disconnected with the self you used to be? Or are you... So different question. Or let me say a little something first, because you've been actually on a couple of my calls recently, right? And we have been potting all sorts of things, yes?
Yes.
So as you destroy and uncreate many of your points of views, your points of reference are going to change. Okay, I remember realizing, Emma, there was the very first time I heard the out of control, out of definition, out of limitations clearing. I thought, yes. And then I was I think I was going to post something about it, or and I thought, oh, wait, no, I'm not going to run that clearing. I refused to run that clearing because I knew if I ran that clearing, things would change. And didn't know how they were going to change. I didn't know how I was going to control it. I didn't know what was going to be after that. So I didn't run it. And guess what came up in every class after that? Sylvia, have you ran the out of control clearing? Well, another class. Sylvia, have you ran the out of control clearing? I was like, I knew that if I ran any clearing, it was going to destroy and create what wasn't true.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are attached to anything about who you are, what you think the right voice is, what you think the wrong voice is, all of that, if you run a clearing, what is not true will fall away, and it will be strange because you will no longer be as you thought that definition of you was. So truth, is this a new space for you? An undefined space for you?
Yeah, it almost makes me want to cry.
Yeah. So actually, it's quite lovely, the space of you, and it is very different. But how many of you are not willing to let go of what you've decided you are, what you've decided what's right. Oh, believe me, the what's right is more difficult to let go of. That I still catch myself. But what's wrong, you're like, that can go, no problem, because that's bad. But if you have things that you're right about, you will fight to keep them. So everywhere you have courageously chosen to destroy and uncreate what's not true, that has now opened up this new space, what if you could celebrate that? And every day wake up, who am I? What grand and glorious adventures await from that space that you get to create it? Don't search for what was in the past. Don't look for the points of references. Ask today, what would I like to be? Today, what can I choose? What would I like to choose? What would be fun for me, for my body? So it may seem like disconnection, but is it truly that? Or is it just you are now no longer connected to what you defined you to be, that you never were? Sorry, people might like you a lot more now. Everything that is and everything that brings up what you destroy and uncreate it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pan, pak, all 100 shorts, boys, poets, creation spaces, and beyonds. So I'm going to invite you to this question. If this wasn't disconnection, what else could it be? Because everywhere you've already decided that you're disconnected from something, you're going to search for that. So truth, can an infinite being truly be disconnected from anything? No, it can't. It's all the lies that we have about being disconnected that maintain the separation of us with everything when we destroy and uncreate all that. Right and wrong, good and bad, pan, pak, all 100 shorts, boys, poets, creation spaces, and beyond. And if it feels that space, that vulnerable space, like you said, like I want to cry, like maybe that's just a new space of vulnerability that's opening up. It's not wrong. You're not wrong. But now this new muscle is like, all right, it's weird, it's different. What would I like to choose? All right, I'm gonna go water the garden. Okay. All right, still feels weird. Okay, now what? All right, I'm gonna call a friend. Okay, still feels weird. So you're right, food that you liked may be different. People you enjoyed might be different. Like maybe it's not wrong, but what new can you add to your life? Cool.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's better. I mean, the last couple of things that you said make sense. Like, what would I like to do now, right? Because sometimes I compare. It's like it trying to connect to on all the identity, but it has changed so much that I don't know how to match it with like the actual reality. Like for instance, the Instagram account is like, I liked it how it was, though I don't feel like I can just continue to that. Like I want to erase it. And it happens to me in many other aspects.
And
So
if I'm smiling and laughing, it's because you're not alone. How many of you also have that? It's like, oh, website, delete, erase, start over. You have an account, all of that. Like, what if that's just the joy of the journey? It's like, okay. So you start choosing something different. So what if it wasn't about starting over, but starting new? It's almost like, and I've caught myself with this, like you start to choose things or life is going in a certain way. You have a new awareness, and then you think you have to destroy everything to start over.
yeah,
So
like
what
I
if
have
it's your
to erase or kill the old one in order
yes,
to
what if
make
it
the new one.
So what if you could just now go, wow, everything I've received from all the choices I've ever made, all the awarenesses that we've all received from all the choices, yeah, all of that. And if you didn't judge you, if you didn't judge your body for any of the choices you made, what could you receive from that? And what new demand, what new awareness could you now like leap from there? Like leap from the new space of the new awareness of everything those choices gave you. You don't have to go back to start from the bottom. You don't have to go back to being wrong. You can actually have the awareness. Wow, that sucked. All right, not my best choice. Cool. What new awareness do I have? What would I like to choose now? Cool. And then you get to celebrate. Oh, I'm not perfect. I fucked up. All right. All right. What gift can this fuck up be? Like everywhere, we're not willing to fuck up. This is part of the gift of Right Voice for You. It's like, I joke around a lot. If you come to my live class and I kick off my shoes, it's like, oh, you know, there's this new space of fun. And this is, I don't know, this is just like this incredible space. Like now really ask, wow, what is available now? What would I like to voice? What would I like to choose? Because you know what, so one of the things I didn't share here, but one of the things that inspired me to become a Right Voice for You facilitator was when I saw this gentleman up on stage in this Right Voice for You exercise. And you could say in this reality, he had imperfections with his body, movement, and speaking. But he sang and danced and moved his body with no apology, none. And I cried and I cried and I cried. I'm like, why am I crying? But it was the most beautiful thing because I noticed how much I was holding myself back by letting myself be heard and seen because I didn't want to mess it up. So anytime any of you are holding back because you're looking for perfection, it's like we're all limiting what could be opening up out in the world by our imperfection, our willingness just to be that invites such a different reality. We're living now in a time where AI is going to be so strong and getting stronger to model what the perfect email, the perfect quote, the perfect video, the perfect whatever is going to be. And we're going to lose the gift of each and every one of us if we don't allow ourselves to fuck it up. You don't allow yourself to show up. I'm not today, you know? It's like the gift of that is huge. And I hopes and dreams. I do hope that we'll get that more and more every day. That you are the gift, you being you, and not with any definition, but whatever you're choosing. Your art, you riding your motorcycle, whatever it is that you enjoy or knew that you'll enjoy. I haven't been a really great reader all my life, and I just started a book club with some local friends here in Northern California. Why? Just for the fun of it. I think I just want more people to go out with. We're going to go to nice restaurants and places. So it's like, how many different things can we choose and add to our life that's part of our voice? So have fun if you dare. And if you want to suffer and feel sad, that's okay too. That's a choice and an expression too. But know that all of it is a choice. Okay. Thank you, Anna. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I did say I do have an appointment in 15 minutes that I need to drive to. So I'm going to have to get off. Is it quickie, Kristen? Quick question? Okay, go for it.
Thank you so much, Sylvia. And that's beautiful
You're
what
welcome.
you said about being you. Very nice.
Yeah.
My question was around, I find myself and it's often with men, and often like whether it's married men or men in a relationship, like when I show up and they're there, it's like I want to hide and I don't want them to see me and I don't want to provoke anything and I don't want to stir any pots or any, I don't know what it is, but I'm like, nope, can't look, can't talk. So I just had a question around that.
Awesome. And I wonder how much fun you can have with that, because it's so funny. I think I wanted a class, Cassie. I was telling Cassie, I'm all my senses that, people are asking for a class. And so I'm facilitating now. And it's like, I enjoy it. I just facilitated 13 days in a row. I was in Ecuador and Peru and now in Northern California. So everywhere I made this about me and not you, Puck and Pod. And I would love to explore that more with you, Kristen, but it really is more of a facilitation. And I would say just quickly, how much fun can you have that? Because again, with the singing, with Stephanie, how much are you making that so important and significant? I find myself, if I don't like a guy, like I can be just a whole space, right? But if I like a guy, who am I? I start to do morality and shift and change. And I was like, what the heck's going on? So destroy and then create everywhere you're making it significant and important. And just have fun. Like, yeah. Because it's also the willingness to make anyone uncomfortable when you're being you. When you're being you and you don't have walls of separation, people get really uncomfortable because they don't know or can't figure out where you're really going to go next. So have fun with that.
Thank you.
And you're so welcome. And Cassie, we had a little game we wanted to do. Can we do one? Is there anything, or do we do it, or we can do it as a live and we can add it later?
Maybe we do. I think we do it as a live, and all of you need to
Okay.
come on with us.
Yes.
Sylvia's going to do sexy stuff, and it's going to be really fun.
So we wanted to play in a way where you really allow yourself to be something different every 10 seconds. And it's a big part of what we just talked about. If you have a definition of how you need to sound, what's appropriate, you're not going to allow all energies to be a part of what you can choose from. So we will send an email out to all of you. I believe everyone registered. You'll get an email with the replay of this, but you'll also get an invite to the live. And come on, because it would be fun to play. And really, right voice for you is so many things. And I would say it in this last couple of classes that I've explored, it really is the space of vulnerability of you to be you, with the 5 elements of intimacy, vulnerability being one, but it's also that spark of creating your life. And maybe you've had something you've wanted to create that you've been holding back. So with anything that doesn't allow you to begin to infuse you and your voice into your creations, and just go for it. Like, allow the play and creation. It would be so fun to contribute to you all. We have, Grace came, she just mentioned something. We had a class out in Ecuador that was called Mic On, which was so fun. But we have a class coming up in Toronto, so out in Canada, and really excited. We also have a class in November. So Toronto's in September, Atlanta is in November. But and those are the 2 that are scheduled now. Actually, Lima, Peru, I was just there and they're like, come back. We want you out in Lima, because the Right Voice for You can only be in person, that 3-day class. So you got Canada, Atlanta, and Peru right now available for you. Take it now, special price. No, I'm just kidding. Started to sound like that promotion, and for $9.99. Yes, Ecuador is asking for it too, but I think I might say, you really want the Right Voice for You class? Come out to the next country. Anyways, I just want to thank you. Cassie, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I wanted to mention one thing. So
Yeah.
before you got on here, Sylvia, we were just kind of chatting, and this one woman, beautiful lady, was like, I'm here not because the graphic was awesome or because of anyone, but I got that this was a safe place for me to be and have my voice, and that we all kind of like teared up. And that's something not only Right Voice for You can offer, but I want to say, Sylvia, that you uniquely be like, there's this space that you open up that people can be really vulnerable, like where they could just really like they're raw, they're like everything's out here, and this kind, caring energy that you are, like I see it with like you've been there with me, you've been there with other people, like you wrap around them and you're like, I got your back and you got this. So if anyone, I just want to say, and if you want to speak to it too, if anyone's like, oh, right voice for you sounds terrifying, or I kind of, but like, what if they are safe? Like, what if they're okay?
Yeah, and thank you. And I was dropping my barriers to receive more of that, so thank you. But I get that one of the things that hmm, I guess one of the things that I'm committed to is where we invite the space of allowance more on the planet, and that is that allowance of wherever you're at. And it's also the willingness to invite the play of everything where we make significant. So we just had a Mike On evening in Ecuador, and this lady, her husband was there, and he was new to Access, but she melted. She melted and froze, and was like almost ready to like stop. Now, stopping and hiding and not being seen or heard is a choice. Like it's not wrong. But I know that down deep in front of and for everyone, there is this desire. There is something there is something you be that is more beautiful than anyone in your life has ever mentioned or could see. Part of what I desire is that to show up. And many of the exercises of Right Voice for You, it is a dynamic class. It's fun. We do different exercises. We're up, we're down. There's laughter, there's tears, there's dancing. There might be singing. It's not about singing. There might be all sorts of things. So you get to really feel, and I am using feel because your body, that sense where you want to stop and hide. And yeah, my target is that we can be that space for each other to allow that to open up. And because guess what? This is my hidden agenda, one of many, I'm sure, is that as you have that for you, you will be that for someone else. As you have that for you, you will not even a result base that you'll choose that to force someone or facilitate someone. It's just you will be a new space energetically, a space between the molecules that will invite that in the world. And I actually, many years ago, as I realized that I was willing to be a space of allowance with people, I thought, wow, if I can bring it in the world the way I can bring it in the world, I'll go anywhere. And I'll be that, even if it means I die. And those words came out of my mouth. I had no idea. I was like, who's speaking? But, if you know me, I travel a lot, and I am willing to go to many, many places and spaces. And if you come to my class, I also can say that I will walk with you. And if you don't stop, I won't stop. Because if you're willing to go where those places, where those walls tend to show up, and you're willing to go beyond that, I'll walk with you and ask you as many questions and be a space to invite you to unlock whatever you are willing to unlock to have more of you. So that, yeah, I can say that. So come and play. Please, I would love the whole planet to know about Right Voice for You. There are so many things out in the world about presenting and speaking that are amazing. And yet Right Voice for You brings the energetics and the play of the magic that we all be in such a different way. So I would love Right Voice for You to make it out to the world. And so if there's any way that I can contribute to you, any of you that know people on TV, radio, $10 let me know, and let's play and go. And here's one other tip. If you guys have attended one Right Voice for You 3-day class already, and you attend a second one with the another Right Voice for You facilitator, and you're part of, you Access Consciousness, you can now facilitate intro classes after your second Right Voice for You class. that didn't make sense, we'll explain it more clearly. But basically, Gary's target, the founder of Access, was to get these tools out in the world. So here we are. So thank you all so much. And it's been fun for me, and I would love to stay way more. Thank you, translators. And Adri, thank you so much for also working with this new way of bringing translation to all of us. And let's have more fun. And if tears show up, it's okay. Like maybe it's what you've been asking for to show up, showing up in a way you didn't know. So have fun with you. Something crazy. Here's I love home play. If you guys didn't know, I was a teacher years ago, lifetimes ago. Here's a home play. If you'd like a challenge, make a short video after this Zoom. Anything. Add it to your stories, any platform that you have. Tag Right Voice for You. Tag me, Sylvia Puentes. And just say one thing that you received from this free Zoom that gives you more the space of you. That's all. And anything else that would be fun to you. And drop your barriers. Allow yourself to receive from the earth. Expand and reach out and have way too much fun. So thank you, Cassie. Thank you, the rest of the team. I am so grateful. And we'll see you guys on the live. We'll put details and send it all out to you. Thank you. Ciao.